Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your post-match reaction. Chelsea 1, Fulham 2. I am so disappointed. I'm highly disappointed. I'm so annoyed, so upset. I did not expect this. And you know what? Let's get straight into this. I don't want to talk too much about this player, that player. Obviously, we're going to get in on that. But I think the first most important topic that we need to talk about is Enzo Maresca. Ladies and gentlemen, today for me, you know how much I rate Enzo Maresca. I know prior to the season starting when we first got him, it wasn't like, I was absolutely enthralled. But I knew Enzo Maresca had something about him. There's a philosophy. We can do something. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I have to be honest. When you see certain things, you must be honest. Honesty is the best policy. Enzo Maresca, ladies and gentlemen, this loss today that we have suffered is on Enzo Maresca. Of course, we can sit here and talk about, who was at fault for the goals that we conceded, who was at fault for the goals that we didn't score. But first and foremost, the finger needs to be pointed at Enzo Maresca, undoubtedly. How are you not utilizing what you have on the bench when we are 1-0 down? Sorry, when we are 1-0 up, when it's 1-1, when it's even 2-1, when we're losing. You could see all throughout the match, first and foremost, why is Fulham's energy more than us? Why? Didn't we have the same time of rest since the last game? Maybe Fulham had a day more, but we've had enough time to recover. We knew this schedule was coming. This is why we have that depth. This is why we're able to rotate and have a secondary team in the Conference League. Players should be fit. Majority of our players are playing once a week. Why do Fulham players look like they can run a lot more than us? That's not on. One thing that we've been doing really well this season is we are competing. We're able to match the intensity. This game, Fulham, from the get-go, they were on top of us. Even the goal that we scored from Cole Palmer, that was an individual brilliance. We should be pinning back Fulham, especially at Stamford Bridge. Okay, no problems. We go away at halftime at 1-0. We really should have scored 2 or 3. And that's our problem once again. We don't seem like we can be clinical. We can't be ruthless. A few chances actually fell for Cole Palmer. Even though he scored a brilliant individual goal, he still had a few other chances. But it's the second half. The first 5 minutes, we looked switched on. After that, it was all Fulham. And you could sense the goal coming from Fulham. You could. And this is why I'm saying Enzo Maresca. What the fans see, surely you can see as well. Sometimes shut up shop if you have to. At 1-0, if you feel like, do you know what, it's not looking that great. Let me just shut up shop. Let me put another midfielder in. Let me take maybe, I don't know, an attacker out. Pedro Neto and Sancho, they gave us nothing today. Pedro Neto, sure, his off-the-ball work rate was great, but on the ball, the quality wasn't there all the time. Maybe 1 or 2 really good crosses, but beyond that, nothing. Sancho as well, nothing. Maybe this is a game where you can say, okay, do you know what? 1-0, let's secure the lead. Let's take perhaps let's take perhaps Sancho out or Pedro Neto out, and let's put maybe another midfielder, maybe another defender. Okay, no problems. You don't want to do that. You don't want to disrupt your structure because it's all about the structure. It's all about the balance. 3-2, 4-1, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Off the ball, on the ball, all of these balance. I get that. I understand it. But sometimes you do need to tweak. You do need to see what the teams, how they're going. You need to feel and sense that there is potentially problem coming up. All right, no problems. 1-0, they make a 1-1. Flimsy defending, Tosin in no man's land. Have a look at that defending. Tosin had no idea who's behind him. Malo Gusto was getting smoked all game as well. Anthony Robinson was in behind him all the time. Okay, 1-1. At 1-1, brother, throw the kitchen sink now. Enzo Maresca made 1 sub, ladies and gentlemen, in the entire game. 1 sub. And that too, Christopher Nkunku, who's probably one of the most laziest players. He did no change for us. If anything, to be honest, Nicholas Jackson was actually having a stinker. But the one thing about Nicholas Jackson is he works hard. As soon as Nicholas Jackson came off and Nkunku was put on, we actually looked toothless up front. Nkunku provided nothing. Absolutely nothing. No work rate and no attacking prowess either. So what was the point of that substitution? You make one substitution at 1-1. You have Joao Felix sitting there. What is the problem, ladies and gentlemen? What is the problem? What's going on with Joao Felix? If we have a manager, Enzo Maresca, who doesn't even want to utilize Joao Felix when we are 1-1 chasing the game, there's a problem. There's a big problem. And it's not just about, oh, Joao Felix can't give me off-the-ball work rate. No, there is actually a big problem in the sense that this manager does not rate this player or even trust this player one bit. And this is on the directors. We've sat here and we've praised the directors in recent times, but this is where they get the blame again. January window, the whole notion is we're not going to do too much business. It's all about outgoings. Well, make one of the outgoings as Joao Felix. If we're not going to utilize him, how can you go an entire game against Everton where Joao Felix is not utilized when we needed to, perhaps go for the win? No problems. You got a 0-0. Hard place to go away to Goodison Park. I understand maybe it's a smart point. We could have lost that one as well. Don't forget that. This one we lost. All right, at 1-1, you still don't want to change the situation. At 2-1, when we are down 2-1, what's the problem if we lose 3-1, 4-1? Who cares? It's a loss anyway. But at 2-1, why aren't you throwing the kitchen sink, Enzo Maresca? Why? You have Joao Felix. You have Guiu. A lot of people are, Miz, seriously? You're being serious? Yes! At least he's something. At least he's better than Nkunku up front. Nkunku's a spectator. You might as well give him some popcorn while he's up front. He's literally there to watch the game. He's not there to work hard. He's not a striker. Nkunku is not a striker. Maresca has said that repeatedly. He's not a striker. Yet, he deploys him as a striker. You have Guiu, who looks hungry. No one's saying that, oh, Guiu would have changed the game. At least give that a chance, man. At least throw the dice in. You're losing 2-1. Salvage something. There was still 6-7 minutes to go. 6 minutes of added time. No. One substitution. And this, ladies and gentlemen, for me is bothersome. We've seen Joao Felix not being utilized one bit. Now, either there is some problems between Joao Felix and Enzo Maresca, or it is clear-cut Enzo Maresca doesn't rate him. And if that's the case, I need sporting directors to make a decision ASAP about Joao Felix and give Enzo Maresca someone that he can rely on from the bench. We talk about this depth. We have this depth that can help us out. Well, this depth, Enzo Maresca doesn't even seem to rate this depth. There's no Renato Vega on the bench either. Someone we bought in the summer. Someone that you lost. Some of you lot. Miz, how can you not? How can you forget Renato Vega? This manager doesn't rate Renato Vega either. He's not even in the bench. Keenan Dewsbury Hall. He's not even in the bench. It was a nonsense transfer window, the last one. It really was. That summer transfer window was a nonsense one. We need to rectify that. We need our manager to be able to dip into the bench to help us bail out in certain matches, like your Evertons, like your Fulhams. People say, but Miz, we can't expect to win every game. No one's expecting to win every game. In fact, we haven't won every game. Cole Palmer as well comes out post-match saying, oh, we can't win every game. No one's telling you to win every game. You didn't win against Everton. You didn't beat Liverpool. You didn't beat Nottingham Forest. You didn't beat City. So don't give me, oh, we can't win every game. You're not winning every game. You're not. But what we expected was, off the back of that Everton game, we expected a win at home in front of our home crowd at Stamford Bridge. And honestly speaking, ladies and gentlemen, this Fulham team, with all due respect, it's a very good team. It's a very athletic team. And it's a team that Marco Silva has drilled brilliantly. They seem to show up against bigger teams. But when you look at on paper and the way we've been playing, it's not frowned upon that you can expect a win. We should be beating Fulham at Stamford Bridge. We should be. We have enough quality to do that. We have enough firepower to do that. So Enzo Maresca, look, so far you've been finding solutions and you've been doing well. But in the last few matches, you're showing some level of stubbornness, which is not necessary. There is solutions available for you, but you are not willing to use them because you're stubborn in your ways. You want a certain balance. You want a certain structure. Your balance and structure is not bailing us out. It's not bailing us out. Today, I could let go of the Everton game. As I said, difficult place to go. But today against Fulham, it was criminal from Enzo Maresca. It really was. I don't want to come out of a match feeling like, oh, we could have done more. There are things. I don't want to have excuses. I want to be able to say, do you know what? We lost, but we tried everything. We tried everything. Did we try everything? No, we didn't. Now let's talk about a few of the other nitty-gritty situation. First of all, defenders. I told you lot. I don't rate any of our defenders, man. I was rating Levi Colwill. I'm even starting to feel a bit iffy about Levi Colwill now. The first goal, Tosin. No awareness behind him. And all throughout the game as well, Tosin. There was, I think in the first half, Bassey went straight through Malo Gusto and Tosin. And Malo Gusto, another one. This brother, I don't remember this brother having a good game this whole season yet. People wanted him at RCB. I was a bit suspicious at RCB. I said, I'm not sure about him being in an RCB position. Maybe Disasi, but even Disasi, I don't rate him either. We have a problem. Tosin, ladies and gentlemen, you might get excited about him every now and then. Overall, he's not a very, very good quality boss defender. He's not. Look at the second goal as well. Look where Tosin was. And then Levi Colwill. He's jogging for the second goal. How dare you jog, Levi Colwill? How dare you just jog around? Enzo Fernandez was the deepest defender for the second goal. Malo Gusto again, just caught out. And no desire to come back. Disasi, Badiashile, Tosin. Even Fofana has iffy moments. None of these defenders give me any sort of sense of security. Malo Gusto as well, throw him into the mix. Cucurella is probably the only one in today's game. Even Cucurella was okay. Enzo Maresca needs to get this defense right, man. We need to be far more resolute. How are teams like Everton getting clean sheets for fun? How are teams like Brentford doing so well defensively? How are teams like even now Wolves back-to-back victories? How are they doing so well defensively? Defensively, this is why I said from the get-go, Enzo Maresca, get one thing right defensively. We can't be scoring 2, 3, 4 every game. We need defensive solidity. I can't even blame Sanchez today, to be honest. Sanchez was all right today. Even though we conceded 2 goals, he was all right. Once again, set pieces, man. What are we? The amount of free kicks and corners that we get and it just materialized to nothing is embarrassing. What are we doing there? Now let's talk about up front. Noni Madueke, ladies and gentlemen. Noni Madueke apparently not being selected for technical, as a technical reason. Technical decision. That's why he wasn't selected. Noni Madueke wasn't even in the bench. What in the blue hell is technical decision? Where's that? What does technical decision mean? Are you trying to say tactically he's inept? Are you trying to say technically he's inept? No, he's not. Either or of those situations, he's not bad technically, he's not bad tactically to say that he can't even make the bench. He's not that bad. Sure, he's got flaws, but he's not that bad. But apparently the word is, ladies and gentlemen, he didn't train well enough. That's the rumor that's floating about. Don't try to sell me technical decision. Noni Madueke is not that bad that he can't even make the bench. Technical decision. I think what has happened here is this player, once again, probably didn't train well enough. I think there's definitely some truth around this. And this, ladies and gentlemen, this is why, to all the people, once again, keep backing Noni Madueke. I've said it all along. This guy, he's an immature human being. He's immature. Maresca, how many times has he said in the press conference, this kid needs to do more? I'm so sure he probably didn't train hard enough. And how dare you not train hard enough, Noni Madueke? What gives you the reason that you're some sort of a superstar? You can just waltz into the team without training hard. What gives you that reason? There's a little bit of problems that's brewing. Noni Madueke not training hard enough. Mudryk with the doping test situation, he's probably going to get the ban. Joao Felix, there is 100% some problem there. Do not give me any BS that Joao Felix can't come off the bench continuously and repeatedly, unused sub in the Premier League. We need to get rid of him if we can't utilize him. We didn't want him. I know for a fact we didn't want him. We wanted Samuel Mordion. Nkunku, problem. Massive problem for us. And then up front today, ladies and gentlemen, Sancho and Pedro Neto. I need more, guys. I need more. You need to provide more. It cannot just be on Cole Palmer. I'm sorry. I need more from both of these players. And Nicholas Jackson as well. Sometimes he looks interested, sometimes he doesn't. Today, he just did not look interested one bit, Nicholas Jackson. He scores really good goals. And then, this is the thing with Nicholas Jackson. He scores a really good goal, then he'll disappear for 2-3 games. Where's the hunger, my man? No one's expecting you to have assist and goal every match, but at least show that you can link up play. You can have the pre-assist. You looked good in all other aspects. Even though you didn't score, you didn't assist, but you still had mad impact in the game. No, Nicholas Jackson, his touch was awful. He wasn't always linking up play. His hold-up wasn't great. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to get back on all the good behaviors that we had in our winning run. But at the same time, maybe as a fan base, we need to humble ourselves that perhaps the winning run that we had, that was a bit fugazi. We're probably not as good as we were in that winning run. And we're not probably as bad as we have been in the past couple of games against Everton and Fulham. We're somewhere in between, which is the top 4 race. But we need to show a little bit more application. And we seem to have some problems brewing. And the manager needs to start utilizing a bench that can help him out. And if the bench can't help him out, then don't tell me January window, we're just looking to get rid of players, because we need to help Enzo Maresca out. I don't like managers when they're being too stubborn. There's a solution available. They don't want to use it. It's not acceptable. Today's loss against Fulham, honestly, it hurt. It hurt. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts. Let's see what we can do against Ipswich. Man, it's crazy. Just a couple of games ago before Everton, we were thinking, oh, Everton, Fulham, Ipswich. Ooh, if we have these 3 wins, maybe we can do something. I really wanted the win today. So we could have laughed at Man United. We could have laughed at Manchester City. We could have laughed at Spurs. Liverpool, they were 1-1. Let's see what's going on there. They were 1-1. They were winning 2-1 at the end later on. Now they're winning 3-1. So there you go. Liverpool, they might as well just go and win the league, man. And Mohamed Salah, of course, he's going to score. Of course, he's going to score. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything, how you felt about this match against Fulham. Comment below. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, take care. See ya. Goodbye.